lesson 7 that was pending. Remember?
Yes.
So first I will tell you about the lesson. Listen to me very, very carefully. Very carefully. What is the lesson about? Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So this story is about the person is about a wealthy, unmarried British man. He was wealthy, he was rich, he was unmarried, and he was a British man. His name was Phileas Fogg. Remember the name Phileas Fogg. And he takes a challenge. He takes up a challenge with his friends. He was sitting in the club, club where the cards are played by the people in the countries like London and America. Clubs are there where people play cards. Know that?
Yes.
So this Phileas Fogg, he was playing cards with his friends in Reform Club. They were in London, and they were talking with each other. And suddenly, Phileas Fogg said to his friends, they were talking about traveling around the world. That in how many days we can travel around the world and all that. So his friends said that it is very difficult. It takes so many days. So Phileas Fogg said to his friends, I can travel around the world in 80 days. In just 80 days, I can travel all the countries. So his friends did not take it seriously. Then Phileas Fogg said that I am a gentleman and I will never speak a lie. I can bet, I can challenge you all, and I can travel the world around in 80 days. Then I can give you a challenge of £20,000. How much?
Sir, your voice is not coming. 20,000 pounds.
It is clear only.
Sir, it is clear.
Yes. So Phileas Fogg said to his friend that £20,000, and his friends were five. He was alone on one side, on the other side were his friends. So his friends agreed that yes, if you can travel around the world in just 80 days, we will give you £20,000. We five together. And if Phileas Fogg will lose the bet, he alone has to give £20,000 to his friends. Understood?
Yes.
Hello.
સર નથી
Yes,
આવતો
sir.
તમારો અવાજ નથી આવતો
Can
પ્રોપર
you all
નથી
hear
આવતો
me?
પ્રોપર અવાજ નથી આવતો સર
અચ્છા. હા એ પ્રોબ્લેમ લાગે છે કાકા આજે હમણાં પહેલા લેક્ચરમાં સેકન્ડ
અચ્છા
લેક્ચરમાં બી એવું થતું હતું
નેટવર્ક પ્રોબ્લેમ આવે છે
પછી
સર
રીજોઈન
એવું કઈ
કર્યું
છે
મેં રીજોઈન
રિજોઈન
કરી
કરી જુઓ ઓકે
હા તો રીજોઈન કરી જોઉં છું હા now is my voice clear?
Clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. See, what did I tell you last? What did you hear?
I will beg you to, if I travel the world in 80 days, his friend will give him 20,000 pounds.
Then what about his friends?
And if he could not complete the bet challenge, then he has to give all the friends 20,000 pounds.
Means His friends will give how many? Will each give 20,000 pounds? They were five friends.
No,
Then
no. सबके मिलके
how much will each give?
each will give 5,000 pounds. But I don't know how many friends were there.
Five friends.
5 friends.
Yes.
4,000 pounds.
Yes. So who was at more risk? Who was at more risk?
The I forgot the name.
What name you forgot? Phileas Fogg.
Yes. Please over more risk.
He was at more risk.
Yes.
Okay. Then his friends agreed. They said yes. We will give you 20,000 pounds if you come back in 80 days. So what do you think? Will he be able to fulfill his challenge in 80
Yes.
days?
Yes.
Okay. Then how will he prove that he has traveled around the world in 80 days? His friend said yes. Then he said that okay, today only I will leave in the evening. But what proof will he give to his friends that he has traveled around the world in 80 days? They need a strong proof because 20,000 pounds is not a small amount.
The plane ticket. Ticket.
Ticket? No. Ticket can be faked also. Not the tickets.
Picture. Selfie.
No, not pictures. Pictures can also be edited, photoshopped.
Edit.
Not the
Yes.
pictures. Pictures
Yes.
are not the reliable ones.
I
Not the
don't
pictures.
know.
Hmm. Then anyone? How will you prove that how many countries you have traveled?
Visa. What?
Yes, exactly. Visa. Visa is a legal proof and also the passport because when you go to any country, the stamp will be there in your passport of that country. Suppose you go to Dubai, UAE stamp would be there. Yes.
Yes.
So that is the biggest proof, and that proof he will show to his friends that see I have traveled all the places. And he was so much confident that he gave the check to his friends of 20,000 pounds in advance. He has put his sign in the check of his name, and he said to his friends that if I am late, even for 5 minutes, after 80 days, exactly 80 days, then you can withdraw the amount of 20,000 pounds from my account. Do you know how much it is in Indian currency? 20,000 pounds.
No.
It is around near about 20 lakhs. 19 lakh 75,000, 19 lakh 80,000 जितना. Around near about 20 lakhs की bet थी ये. And he had staked half of his wealth. Means Phileas Fogg had property of around 45 lakhs. So half of his wealth he had risked for this challenge. Half उसमें से. So understood this much?
Yes. Yes.
So we'll read this first paragraph.
I.
Yes, read.
Read. Sir, this first one or down.
No, first reading paragraph.
Read this abyss excerpt from Jules Verne's famous adventure novel Around the World in 80 Days. The story is about Phileas Fogg, a wealthy, unmarried British man. He has a French valet named Jean Passport Fogg.
John Passport
Fogg
out.
is a passport out. Fogg is a member of a club and gets into a conversation one day with his fellow card players as to whether it is possible to travel around the world in 80 days. He believes that it can be done. His fellow club members, five in all, can challenge him to complete the adventure within this time period with a bet of £20,000 at stake. At stake. Read these excerpts to find out how the bet spurs him into action.
Okay, so understood the first paragraph. What is written? This lesson is taken from the novel, and the novel's name is also same. Around the World in 80 Days, and this story is about the person whose name is
Phileas Fogg.
yes. He was wealthy. He was unmarried. He was a British man. And what was the name of his valet? Valet means the person who is working for your looks, who maintains your appearance, who takes care of your clothes and your looks. That person is called valet. He
Jean
was a French.
Passport.
John Passepartout. The pronunciation is John Passepartout. Passport nahi, Passepartout. Don't confuse.
किसे कह रहे हैं?
So, Mr. Fogg, Phileas Fogg, the main character of the story, he is the member of club, and he is talking with his friends, with his fellow card players, and while talking, they come to a bet. They come on a challenge. He says that alone he can travel the world around in 80 days. So his members, they were five members. They challenge him that if he can complete this adventure within 80 days, then 20,000 pounds would be at risk. Means they will all together give them 20,000 pounds. And Phileas Fogg said that if I lose, I will give you 20,000 pounds alone. So on one side was Phileas Fogg, on the other side were five members. So the risk of Phileas Fogg was more, a lot more,
More.
because he will give 20,000 alone. He had put 20,000 on the table alone,
To
a check.
all 20,000.
Yes, and his friends, they have to give 4,000 each because 4 5s are 20.
Yes.
So if their friends will lose, they were not at a big loss. Each friend will lose only 4,000 pounds. But if Phileas Fogg loses, he will lose 20,000 pounds alone. So what do you think? Who will win? What do you think? Who will win?
Jules Verne.
What?
Can I read?
Yes.
Two gentlemen never joke when a serious matter is in question. Said Mr. Fogg. I will bet 20,000 pounds. Anyone that I shall make the tour
Your
of
voice
the
is breaking up.
world.
Your voice.
Sir, now
Yes.
a true gentleman never jokes when a serious matter is in question. Said Mr. Fogg. I will bet 20,000 pounds with anyone that I shall make the tour of the world in 80 days. Or less that is in 1920 hours. Or 115,200 minutes. Will you all accept?
Continue.
His friend agreed to accept, each laying a wager of 4,000 to each 20,000. Very well, said Mr. Fogg. The door is leaves at 8:45. I shall go by that This very evening, as soon short.
Your voice is not clear. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I cannot hear you. Your voice is breaking up. Who will read now? I won't continue. Is my voice clear?
Yes,
Then why did you
sir,
not
your
continue
voice is
reading?
breaking. No, sir, it is clear.
I said continue reading till amount.
Okay, sir. This very evening, repeated Phileas Fogg. He took out his pocket calendar. Today is Wednesday, 2 October. I shall have to be back in London in this very room of the Reform Club on Saturday, 21 December at 8:45 in the evening. If I am not here, then the 20,000 pounds in my deposit account will be yours. Gentlemen, here is a check for the amount.
Okay. So did you understand what he said?
Yes,
Yes. So the first sentence of the story starts with Phileas Fogg. What did he say? That a true gentleman never jokes when a serious wager is in question. Wager means bet. He says that if a gentleman is making a bet, then he will never do a joke in a serious bet. So he said to his friends that I am not joking. I will bet 20,000 pounds, he said, and I can travel the world around in 80 days. And he has a sharp mind. He also counted how many hours are there in 80 days. For example, one day 24 hours, he counted 80 multiplied 24. That how many hours are there total? Total how many hours he said? He said that he
total
will travel
100 and total
one
1920 hours.
1920 hours, and he also counted the minutes, total minutes of 80 days, 115,200 minutes. Will you accept it? He said, in this much time, in this many hours, in this many minutes, I will travel around the world in 80 days total. Will you accept, all of you? Then his friends said yes, and each laying a wager of 4,000 to his 20,000. So who will explain this sentence?
Means there were five friends. All five gave them 4,000. Then
Yes, 4,000
yes,
each. So that was the bet. Very well, said Fogg. The Dover train leaves at 8:45. I shall go by that. So he said that first I will catch the train to Dover at 8:45 p.m. today. This very evening, asked Stuart. So Stuart was one of his friends, fellow members. He asked that today evening only you will leave. Yes, Phileas Fogg said. He took out the small calendar from his pocket to check the date, and the date, which date it was on that day? It was
2 October.
yes, it
Wednesday,
was
2 October.
2nd October, and he counted 80 days from the calendar, and he said that on 21st December at 8:45 sharp, because he was leaving at 8:45, so he will come back before 8:45 or 8:45 only. He said that after 80 days, if you count from 2nd October, it is 21st December, and it will be Saturday. He saw in the calendar, and he said that I will come back in the same room, in the same club, and if I don't come back, you have my check. You can withdraw the money from the bank. he had already given the check with his sign. So don't you think that he was overconfident?
No.
No. Will you also do like this if you are betting?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Do you think that he will win?
Yes.
See, now this is a very famous novel. When we complete, this was just the first page. Actually, there are 4 5 pages. But when we complete reading the story, it is very interesting story, and the story is not end in the lesson. The ending is not given. So you will ask me, sir, what happened? Did he win the challenge or not? I will not be able to tell you. You have to read the novel. The novel's name is also the same, like lesson's name. So you will have to find out that did Phileas Fogg come back in 80 days or not. It is a very very famous novel, and many people have already read it. I will not tell you the ending because in our lesson the ending is not given. So if Phileas Fogg has traveled around the world in 80 days, then he
Yes.
would also come to India.
Yes.
India में भी आया होगा वो.
Yes, sir.
So you will have to find out because it is not given in the
And I
lesson
read
anywhere.
the novel.
So where is Phileas Fogg over here?
Here. At left side.
Where? But what is he wearing?
Brown coat.
Brown coat. Okay. So continue.
A statement for the wager was written down and signed by the 6 members of the club. Phileas Fogg and George Walton, Sluling, Raffles, and Flanham.
Wait. All the names you have to remember. Pronunciation I will tell you. First was easy name. Stuart. Second is Florentine. What is it? Florentine.
Florentine.
Then Soul One.
Poland.
Sullivan.
Soul One. Then Ralph.
Raffles. Ralph.
Ralph. And then what is the last one?
Flanagan.
Flanagan. Flanagan. So these were the names of his fellow members. And what did they sign? They signed a wager, means they signed a document. And it was agreement. It was that document for challenge. Continue.
Phileas Fogg remained quite calm. He had staked half his fortune, and he knew that he might have to spend the other half in completing his journey. His friends, on the other hand, were feeling uncomfortable because they thought that the wager was one-sided and unfair to him. At this moment, the clock struck 7 o'clock. Mr. Fogg was asked if he would like to stop playing so as to prepare for his journey.
So what happened over here? What do you think? What do you think happened over here? Holden.
He was at home.
He was at home.
No,
Where were they?
he was at club.
See, listen to me. Phileas Fogg was very calm. He was not very excited. He was not very hyper after betting with his friends. he was very calm. He had staked half his fortune. Stake means what? To take risk. उसने उसकी half property का risk ले लिया था. What was his property? Around 40 lakhs. He had
40
risked.
lakhs.
He had staked half of his fortune, half of his wealth. He had taken in bet, and he knew that he might have to spend the other half in completing the journey, because when you travel around the world,
Means full
you will need
property.
lot of money, right? When you
Yes.
travel around the world, you will need lakhs of rupees to travel in different countries. So he knew that $20,000 he had given to his friends, means for the he had taken risk, and the remaining 20,000 pounds that he had to spend during the journey. वो risk हुआ, then he will be
Yes.
beggar. If he loses, then that 20,000 will go, and this 20,000 will also go. Total he will
Yes.
become zero. So he knew that other half of the wealth he has to spend in the journey. His friends his friends were feeling very uncomfortable. They were feeling very sad for him, because they thought that wager means this bet, this agreement was one sided, and it was unfair to him. What did his friends think? Means
His friend was thinking that it is wrong because he is only one and we are five.
and what else? They were also thinking that this is useless bet. He cannot win this bet. So
Yes.
they were also feeling it is unfair and one sided. Read.
I am always ready, replied Phileas Fogg. Diamonds and troops, he said after he had dealt the cards. You began to Mr. Start at
Okay.
25 minutes past.
Yes. Continue.
At 25 minutes past 7, Phileas Fogg took leave of his friend and left the club. He had won 20 guineas and wished. At 50 minutes past 7, he entered his house.
Okay.
Percy Paul.
Now see what happened. At this moment, so when they were talking, what was the time in the clock? It was 7 o'clock. And Mr. Fogg, he asked, Mr. Fogg was asked if he would like to stop playing so that he can prepare for the journey. So all his friends asked him that it is 7 o'clock. You want to leave at 8:45, so you can stop playing with us and you can go and pack your bags. I am always ready. Phyllis Fogg said. Phyllis Fogg said that I don't want to do any preparations. I am ever ready. I said that I don't want to prepare anything. But if you are going around the world for 80 days, you have to prepare for so many days, right? You have to pack, you have to do packing for so many days, right?
Yes.
So Phyllis Fogg said that I am ready. I don't want to do any preparation. Diamonds are trumps, he said after he had dealt the cards. In cards, diamonds are there, some square shapes are there, diamond shaped cards are there inside the
Yes.
card. So
Yes.
while he was playing the last game, he gave a show. So his friend gave a show, that show what are your cards. Then he said diamonds are trumps. Trumps means it is one of the four types of cards. चार अलग अलग डिजाइन होती है कार्ड में. 52 cards are there total. So in that he said diamonds are trumps. He said it was the last game, and you begin, Mr. Stewart. He said to Mr. Stewart that you can start now. Means he was packed. He said that I am packed. He left his card. उसने पैक कर दिया कार्ड. At 25 minutes past 7, Phileas Fogg took leave of his friends and left the club. So at 7:25, he left the Reform Club. He had won 20 guineas. 20 guineas, you can say. What is 20 guineas? Guinea is a unit of money or gold coin, and the worth is rupees 1.05 euros. Take one guinea means 1.05 euro. It is a gold coin or a coin in Britain. So on that day he won 20 guineas. Means it is a very very small amount. At whist, whist means a card game of two pairs. Whist is a name of a card game. At 50 minutes past 7, he entered his house. So at what time did he reach the house?
20 minutes past 7.
Means 20 minutes past 7.
25.
No. 7:25 he left the club. When did he reach?
50 minutes past 7.
Means which what is the time?
7:45.
Wrong. What is the time?
8:45.
No.
7:25.
No. 7:25 he left from the club. When did he reach his house?
7:50.
7:15. 1-5.
50.
Yes. 7:50. 8 में 10 कम. इतने बजे. And what was the time of his train?
8:40. 8.
No. 8:45.
8:45.
Yes. So, do you think in just 1 hour, not even 1 hour, 7:50 को आया, 8:45 को उसकी ट्रेन थी. So he does not have even 1 hour and he wants to go on the world tour. Is it possible? अभी तक कुछ पैकिंग नहीं, कुछ नहीं.
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yes.
So which things will he put in his bag? Do you think he will carry 2, 3 big suitcases?
Oh, no.
Then
One suitcase.
what things will he put? What things do you think?
Don't know.
But you can just uh, get an idea.
Paisa. Pounds.
But
Money.
okay, cash. But what else? Will he put so many clothes?
Cash. No. Food.
Then will he not wear clothes?
Yes.
Then
He will take.
okay.
Then I don't know.
Read this paragraph. We'll complete this last paragraph on this page.
At 25 minutes past. At 25 minutes past 7, Phileas
Yeah.
Fogg took leave of Passes Partout
Passport
had
out.
been making passport out. Passport out had been making careful study of the daily routine. According to the program, Mr. Fogg never came home before 12 at night, and Passport out could hardly believe his ears when he heard him coming.
Okay. So passport out. Who was passport out? Passport out.
Friend,
No. He was a man who looked after his clothes and his appearance. That is called
yes,
what in one word?
Passport out.
What? It was his name. Like we say cook. Like we say say made passport routine. Passport out was sitting in the house and he was making the study
Yes.
of the routine that what shall
Taking.
we do tomorrow. According to the program, Mr. Fogg never came home before 12 at night. So every day, passport out was there in his house, and he knew that his master means Phileas Fogg would come at 12 o'clock at night. But on that day, passport out was not able to believe his ears when his master came in at 7:50 so early. So it was very strange for him that why has he come early today? Because passport out does not know what is the reason, right? So, do you think that Phileas Fogg will take passport out with him on the
No.
journey? What do you think? Will he take?
No. Sir, your screen not presenting.
Yes, I stopped presenting, but you tell me. I want to ask questions. Do you think that he will
No.
take his wallet passport out on the
No.
journey of on the world tour for 80 days?
No.
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 But if I say yes, he will take it. He will take him.